Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Don Nelson. I'm the manager for Music and Fine Arts for Evergreen Schools, and I get the honor of welcoming you to our program tonight. And believe me, you're in for a real treat. So that it can be a real treat for everyone here, I want to call your attention to the inside of the program. We have a little section that says, "For the enjoyment of all, please." And it's just a few reminders about things like cell phones going off, things like walking in and out of the gym while music is being performed, or walking up and down the steps while music is being performed. These are things that are very distracting to other members of the audience, so please do everything you can to avoid those kinds of things. I would like to introduce our music educators that were responsible for preparing the students for tonight. First of all, from Pioneer Elementary, Jordan Erickson. From Illahee, Tracy Hurst. From Harmony, Bryn Scamahorn. And when I finish, I'll be introducing Bryn again as our Master of Ceremonies tonight. And, and from Burnt Bridge Creek, Jennifer Velasquez. From Pacific Middle School, Jonathan Vaughn. And from Union High School, Mike Iverson. I noticed a number of administrators from the various schools that are represented here tonight walk in, and so if you are an administrator for one of these schools, would you please stand up and be recognized? So you're going to get to see a really wonderful program tonight, and you're going to be entertained. And entertaining the audience is certainly one of our objectives tonight. But we have another objective that's almost like what you might say is an ulterior motive. What you're going to notice tonight is a progression from our elementary choir to our middle school choir and to our high school choir. And so part of the reason that we do what we do tonight is so that our 4th and 5th graders can see what they have to look forward to in middle school. And for our middle schoolers to see what they have to look forward to in high school. Because from someone that has been in the system for a long, long time, trust me, those 8 years between 5th grade and senior in high school go really, really, really fast. And it won't be very long when a lot of you in the audience tonight are back here, or maybe in one of the other gymnasiums at one of the other high schools in our district, because not all of these kids wind up at Union, but you'll be back and you'll be watching your child sitting up here with the high school group as a senior, and you'll think, where did those years go? These are the best years of your life. And so without any further hesitation, Mrs. Scamahorn, I'm going to turn things over to you.
All right, I'm not going to spend too much time talking. I think it's best that we get to the singing. Our first song, I do want to tell you a little bit. This was really exciting for me. I love this piece. It is in Spanish, so we had to sing in a different language. And it means to sing with joy with one voice. So we're going to sing a joyful song with one voice. This is Cantar. my middle school sings. All right, I'm going to turn around my stand here so I can see what I said I was going to say. That to me is such an exciting way to start off a concert. Energizing and fun, and they sang their hearts out, and I love that piece. All right, it is my absolute joy and privilege to turn our direction over to Mr. Jonathan Vaughn. His accompanist this evening, I have to look, is Shanna Clanton, and they will be performing 3 pieces for you this evening. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Bryn. First of all, thank you so much for coming out and supporting this event. It really is awesome. I was thinking earlier, just to kind of about my role, and it's pretty awesome being at the middle school level because I get to look forward to what I'll have in a year or two up there, and then also I get to see some former students in the union choir, and so it just makes me feel good. So, yeah. So once again, my name is Jonathan Vaughn, and our accompanist with us this evening is Shanna Clanton. We will start with a piece entitled "I Hear the Windmill." You will hear a little bit of French, but it's a direct translation. You'll hear "J'entends le moulin" and "Tiki tiki toka," which is the sounding of the windmill as it passes. So this is "I Hear the Windmill."
truth will show us the way. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn, turn will be our delight. Till by turn, turn we come round right. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn, turn will be our delight. Till by turn, turn we come round right. 'Tis the gift, 'tis the gift, 'tis the gift to be simple and free.
Thank you so much. Our last piece tonight is an African piece, a Kenyan piece, more specifically, and it really is just it's a greeting song of Kenya, and it's entitled Jambo, and you'll hear that over and over again. And Jambo is the greeting. It's hello, and Jambo Bwana, hello, and how are you? I won't give you the full translation, but pretty much that's the gist of it. It's a greeting song, so you'll hear that. It does feature a few soloists as well as some percussionists. On percussion, you'll hear from Mark Gosson as well as Whitley Luby. And then on solo tonight, we'll start with a baritone duo, Will Rushing and Brian Meek. And then you will hear from Michaela Hanson-Burns. This is Jambo.
Jambo, Jambo Bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana, wageni, makaribishwa, Kenya yetu, hakuna matata.
Jambo, Jambo Bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana, wageni, makaribishwa, Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Jambo, Jambo Bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana, wageni, makaribishwa, Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Jambo, Jambo, Jambo Bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana, wageni, makaribishwa, Kenya yetu, hakuna matata.
Kenya nchi nzuri,
Hakuna matata.
sote nchi ya maajabu,
Hakuna matata.
yenye amani,
Hakuna matata.
sote nchi ya maajabu.
Hakuna matata.
Jambo, Jambo Bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana, wageni, makaribishwa, Kenya yetu, hakuna matata.
Jambo, Jambo Bwana, habari gani, mzuri sana, wageni, makaribishwa, Kenya yetu, hakuna matata.
Kenya nchi nzuri,
Hakuna matata.
nchi ya maajabu,
Bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa, Kenya yetu hakuna matata.
All right. That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn and Pacific's 8th grade choir. Can we get one more round of applause? This concert is so exciting for me, working with 4th, 5th graders and younger, to be able to see that progression and to see that progress. I love choir. I love the sound of voices singing and singing together well, and it's neat to be able to see that progression. I do want to let you know real quickly that this is in fact being recorded, which many of you saw on Letters That Went Home. That information will be distributed to your music teachers, hopefully in the few coming weeks, and then we can distribute that information out to you. It will be available on whatever the cable television channel is. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's 28 or 29 if you have cable. But it's also going to be available online, and we can send out the link to you so you can share that with family that's far away as well. So that will be available to you. We're going to go ahead and slowly transition back to back to elementary school. We have 2 songs that we have prepared for you. We have one that is going to be directed by Mr. Erickson, which will be Red River Valley. And then our second one will be Shady Grove, directed by Ms. Velasquez.
Are you people ready? Ready?
That just makes me so happy. I was there dancing and my heart was so proud. I want to take a second to thank some of the most important people that are here tonight. And that is parents, family, anyone who has to bring their student an hour early to my school for choir, anyone that has to bring their student an hour early to any other school. Miss Pioneer I know does, Illahee probably does. I know that Mr. Iverson has a 0 period class, that makes it early. I think Mr. Vaughn has something. You guys give so much in supporting your students in their musical endeavors and their musical pursuits. And it is such a wonderful gift that you are giving to these students, the ability to create art together, where we are all one for one purpose, creating something bigger than ourselves and more magical. And it is my absolute extreme pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Michael Iverson with the Union Choir. Is it the Chamber Choir? The Union High School Chamber Choir, and their accompanist, I believe it's Lori Collier. Very good. Thank you very much.
Now if I had a hammer, I'd hammer all day long, with strength and might for all that's right, to build my spirit strong. And if I had a chisel, I'd chisel grief away. My hope and strength comes from the Lord, I'll thank him every day. Oh, lift your hammers, carpenters of God, with strength and might for all that's right, to build my spirit strong.
Now if I had a shovel, I'd shovel all day long, with strength and might for all that's right, to build my spirit strong. And if I had a trowel, I'd scatter the stones of sin. Old Satan cannot keep me down, my faith comes from within. Oh, lift your hammers, carpenters of God, with strength and might for all that's right, to build my spirit strong.
If I had a hammer, if I had a hammer,
Now
if I had a level, I'd level temptation down. The devil, you see, ain't got hold me, I bear God's royal crown. And if I had some water, I'd seal the devil away. My hope and strength comes from the Lord, I'll thank him every day. Oh, lift your hammers, carpenters of God, with strength and might for all that's right, to build my spirit strong. Oh, lift your carpenters of God, with strength and might for all that's right. I'll build my spirit strong. All we are, we have found in song. You have drawn this song from us. Songs of lives unfolding fly overhead, cry overhead. Longing rising from the song within. is restless with the sounds we hear, is broken, shaken by the cries of pain. For this is music, sinner voice, saying, yes, we hear you. All you who cry aloud, and we will fly, answering you. So our love we will fly. Wild in spirit, we will fly. Falling from the wing, fragile as a human voice, afraid, uncertain, alive to love. We sing as love. Afraid, uncertain, yet our flight begins. A song.
You know, this is such an important gig that we do every year because it is like the director said, they get to see, everybody gets to see the big picture. Wouldn't it be nice in life if we could always see the big picture? It just doesn't work out that way with some things. And it's just so wonderful for these high school students to come back to this event. By the way, how many of you in this group right in front of you now were in one of these concerts, either in your middle school choir or grade school choir? Raise your hand. And that's your answer, folks. There you go. Also, this is my 29th year in the district, so I'm starting to turn some kids over, talk about the thing that just keeps on giving. If you are a student in the Union Choir right now and your parents sang for me at Evergreen High School, would you raise your hands? Do I have anybody this year in this choir? I got some in other choirs. Okay, I'm going to try another one. Oh, trust me, they're here. I graduated a bunch of them last year. Now this is a little bit of a stretch, but I know there's at least a couple in the audience. If you are a parent of somebody in that choir up there and you sang for me at Evergreen High School, would you please stand up? Stand up. Where are you? 1, 2. Kevin Crew. There. Yeah, there we go. There we go. The gift that keeps on giving. That's awesome. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's great. We're going to finish up our part of the program by doing a wonderful old Hebrew piece called Zumgali. This one is kind of a feature for our keyboardist, Lori Collier.
Gully, 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 zoom, gully, 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 zoom, gully, 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 zoom, gully, that's the hora dance. Zoom, gully, gully, hold up, dance, dance the hora dance, dance the hora dance. Do the hora, it's a delight. Oh, dance with all your might. Da, 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 da. Descending spirits gay, whirl and twirl the hours away. Dance on, let sadness disappear. Ora la la la, merriment is flowing. Ora, ora, dance, dance the hora, gladness everywhere. The hora, the hora, the hora, all together. Do the hora, 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 da da dance. Zungali gali, zungali gali, zungali dance. Dance hora dance, zungali dance. Dance the hora dance. Zungali dance the hora, 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 gali gali gali. Hora, hora, dance, gali gali, hora, hora, gali gali, hora, hora, gali gali, hora, hora, gali gali.
Well, this is our special part of the evening where we all sing together, all of these groups together. Mrs. Scammahorn is getting ready with her flugelhorn. She is an accomplished trumpet player and flugelhorn, with Mr. Hurst accompanying us on our piano, directed by Michael Iverson. Thank you all for coming tonight. Just stay here. We'll give you some directions on how we're exiting this evening, but enjoy. I wish you music.